Hey guys, Callum here from Nerdemic, and this is my review of Deadpool 2. Now, before we start, I know this is technically a couple of days late than we would normally upload a review. However, with this film, I was on a plane for the entirety of the first day of release, so I was only able to see it late last night. But here we are anyway, so let's just get straight into the review. Going into this film, I was worried that the film would suffer by pushing itself too far to try and fill in the shoes of the extremely successful first film. It just would have been really easy for them to go over the top with their meme-like jokes and self-references to the point where Deadpool becomes like a poor Adam Sandler movie.
Smiley.
But how did Deadpool 2 actually hold up? Actually, surprisingly well. This is a very funny yet complexly emotional movie. And even stranger, which I kind of didn't expect to say, it's a very strong family-themed team-up film. CDC? Even Deadpool is doing it better than you now.
So dark? You sure you're not from the DC universe?
The Merc with the mouth, Wade Wilson, also known as Deadpool, ends up attempting to save a fiery young mutant named Russell from a time traveler killer with a metal arm, Cable. This results in him teaming up with a group of mutants to save Russell, and ends up with him rediscovering his resolve and learning what it's like to be part of a family. Yeah, and it does it quite well. The film's director, David Leitch, knows how to stage action. He brings the impressive scenes seen in his previous films like John Wick to the fight scenes of Deadpool 2, with particular moments standing out in my mind as some of the most impressive close combat fight scenes that Fox has in its entire superhero lineup.
Tell me they got that in slow motion.
Of course, this is a Deadpool film, so we have to talk about the comedy, which is really strong, with a lot of laughs. It has the meta jokes, one-liners and references that we come to expect from the Merc with the mouth here. But I feel that the outlandish meta jokes and low gags from the previous film have been toned down a bit, in replacement of a more conventional superhero story with the themes of self-identity and family. Though in the way that Deadpool portrays them, it never is too boring or stereotypical. Well, unless it's played for laughs for that entire reason. But it comes equipped with enough shocks and moments of insanity to not let you forget what type of superhero film that you're watching. The story also tries to explore the character of Wade Wilson rather deeply, as the film takes no shame in stopping the continuous barrage of jokes and humour to have some emotional development for Deadpool. Similar to how in recent years in the comics he has been defined a lot more as his own character. And of course, Ryan Reynolds continues to show that this is definitely a passion project for him, as he seems to be enjoying himself throughout the entire film and never seems to be getting bored. Deadpool 2's band of supporting characters, such as those of the new X-Force and returning crew from the last film, play their parts in the narrative rather well, as they're able to land some solid jokes and have some cool moments for themselves. Once again, fantastic performances by Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Death, Negasonic Teenage and Negasonic and Negasonic Negasonic? A Negasonic Teenage Warhead? Jesus Christ, that is a name. Though I do wish that we saw a lot more of the latter, as I find her character personally a lot of fun. And also her new relationship with her cute girlfriend called Yoko can lead to some nice character moments for both of them in the future if they're given enough screen time. Hell, I'd personally love to see their own movie. This year is also seeming to be Josh Brolin's year for establishing himself in the franchise industry, following his critically acclaimed role of Thanos in Avengers Infinity War earlier in the month.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
He portrays here the extremely brooding killer from the future, Cable, which comes across as that gruff, demeaned anti-hero that we saw a lot in the early 2000s. But here he plays a nice contrast to the in-your-face insanity of Deadpool. Additionally, there's a nice performance from the child actor playing Russell, which allows the film to explore its themes to a competent level, as the quality of this performance really would have differed on how that was shown. And also there's some really surprising character moments from the taxi driver from the last film, which definitely caught my screening off guard, but had some nice moments of laughter. Oh, and as this is a superhero film, I should mention that the mid-credit scene is one of the cleverest and funniest things that I've seen for a post-credit Easter egg in a very long time, so do stick around for that. Though, as a word of mention, there is no end post-credit scene, apart from a rather funny song about one of the film's more noticeable characters playing over the end of the scroll. But that's about it. Overall, what's my thoughts on this film? With a larger emphasis on character drama and emotional conflict, but with still enough action, comedy and self-referential nods to fans to make Deadpool 2 a worthy sequel, and definitely worth catching in the cinemas. So that was my review of Deadpool 2. Do you agree with me? Do you have opposite opinions? We'd like to know them, so put them down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this review, please do also like, share and subscribe. So my name's been Callum John for Nerdemic, and we will see you guys next time.